Says sleeping with someone on
Well,
the
I just
first
know
date
that short
is
guys
not
have
really
bigger
conducive for a long.
ones.
Wait, what?
Yes, I don't think you
know.
got the memo.
I just know that short guys have bigger penises than a lot of tall guys.
Say
What
that
the hell?
again. Say that again.
Short guys have bigger penises than a lot of tall guys.
Stop
That's
the video
so
for
funny.
that.
So height doesn't matter.
Hey,
Height doesn't matter, Hank.
Coco know what's up.
Nasty word. Nasty word.
I'm telling you because what's the name said that Shaquille O'Neal's penis is little, so that don't mean nothing.
Can't leave with your height, Hank.
Nasty word.
Hey, look, if that's her reality, that's her reality. That's not mine.
Well, you married, so
That's right. My
nobody's
wife get all
looking
this. My wife get all this.
Oh man, y'all crazy.
Ooh.
All right, I'm gonna play this clip, man. I started from the top again. You got anything to say, Coco? Okay. All right, here we go.
Hey, she said enough.
First says sleeping with someone on the first date is not really conducive for a long-term
Some people
relationship.
say that, but
here we are. 18 years later, here we are.
18 years later, here we are.
Why do you think you guys have success? Now, I've had a conversation with some women, and they say, Shannon, the type of men that are in the bracket that we're looking at, there's a scarcity.
Sure.
And they're not going to wait. Like, and John, when you and I was growing up, the thought of somebody sleeping on the first night was slim to none. You had to wait a month, 2 months, 3 months.
Yeah.
And they say men aren't waiting because there's so many out there that they can pick from. So a woman says, well, I'm going to make you wait 3 months. You might wait. He's not waiting.
That is true. That is often the case. So exactly, you might not be ready to do that, but he might be, if he's got options, he might be doing that while you're waiting.
Exactly. You waiting, but he's not.
You know, I feel like sometimes you hear folks talk about, like, oh man, relationships are such hard work. And Chrissy and I will watch people say that. And if that's your story, if that's your experience, then that's what it is. But for us, it's really not hard work for us to be together. And there's challenges that we've had, like tragedies that we've had to deal with together, miscarriage and other tragedies we've had to deal with together. But us, me and her, like, it's never actually been that hard for us to be in a relationship. And I think the reason why is it starts with a mutual respect and being with somebody you actually like and like to be around and respect and enjoy their company, enjoy their sense of humor. Like I said before, like, we're really compatible. Even though we're different, we're really compatible and we have a good time together. And I think there are things you need to do to make sure you maintain that, which is being honest and trustworthy, being a person of good character, a good parent, a good co-parent, taking responsibility together. So there's certain things you have to do that are work. But I feel like if you are a person of character and you're with somebody that you love and respect, it shouldn't be such hard work to stay together.
To me, is he just talked in circles?
Ideals.
Okay, it just seemed like he just wants to send a bunch of nothing. Anyhow, let's go ahead and get into it, man. Sleeping with someone on the first night. Apparently, him and his wife slept, and they made it. They made it. So let's go ahead and talk. Start with you, Miss Coco. Sleep with someone on the first night. What are your thoughts about it, man?
I knew you was gonna ask me first, and I had to step away, so I didn't even see it.
It
What
wasn't
was the
really.
question? I can still answer the question.
But the question, we're just talking about sleeping with somebody on the first night. John Legend and his wife slept with each other on the first night, and they wind up having a successful marriage from what it appears to us. So he was sitting down with Shannon Sharp. He let him know, you know, if you find somebody, you click with them. Nothing wrong with it. What are your thoughts?
Nothing is wrong with it. Nothing's wrong with it. I'll be honest, I tried to do a one night stand 2 times and I ended up in a relationship for like 3 or 4 years.
Yeah,
I
good.
really did. Like I knew that night, like I'm gonna have fun. I'm single, and I ended up in a relationship both times.
Shout out to the Short Kings.
By
We
choice or force, right?
We out here.
Shout out to the women that ain't got standards. They out here too. Yeah.
Are you trying to throw a jab at me, Hank?
Oh no, I'm just talking in
The
general.
women.
All right, go ahead, Brittany.
I mean, I feel like we're all grown, and having sex on the first night will not determine whether or not a guy will pursue you or like leave you there. I mean, if he likes who you are as a person, if you all align in other ways, based on, hopefully you've had a conversation and you know something about this person and he knows something about you. But I don't think it's a deal breaker. Yeah, I don't think it's a deal breaker.
Okay. Let me get a guy in there. I'm gonna go to you, Hank. Sleeping with women on the first night. What's been your experience, if you do care to share? As a man, have you been in relationships with women and or marriage with people that you slept with on the first night? Not your current one, of course, but just whatever you want to get into.
No, I don't. I've never been in a relationship with a woman I slept with on the first night. She got that 20 goddamn minutes, and I gave her a lifesaver. She got the fuck out. That's all she got from me, a lie and a hard dick. Other than that, she don't deserve shit. I put her in a category. Like most men, I categorize certain women. If you're a hoe, I'll put you in the whole category. If I want more, I call you. If I don't need you. I done got your friend now. You the pass. Right on.
So mean.
Buck, he got that shit a buck though.
Go ahead, Calvin.
No, I'm just saying, I think it does, to Brat's point, it's not nothing will ever come of this, but to Hank's point, it does kind of put you in that box, because it's like if nothing else, I feel like men like to chase, you know what I'm saying? So if I ain't really had to get my hunter-gatherer on and it was just presented to me, it's like, cool, I'll take it. But it's also like now I kind of feel like, well, you ain't even get to experience my charm. You ain't even get to, you know what I'm saying, get to know me. So you probably just out here doing this. It's not me you fucking, you just fucking. You know what I'm saying? It was me that night. So I think it does kind of limit what our relationship could be if I beat on the first night. But it doesn't mean that that's the only time I'm gonna beat, or that's like the extent of our relationship. You could be friends later. You can be coworker. You can be whatever it is, depending on how it ended up jumping off. But I think it does kind of limit what your options are going to be. Shout out to John Legend and them for giving us a counter narrative, but I've never seen or heard of that before today.
Go ahead, Ty.
I think I agree with Calvin when he says like John is the exception to the rule. He's not the rule, right? That usually doesn't happen for one night stands. It's usually just that you have a one night stand with a person and that's the only time you get to be with them. It doesn't really blossom into something larger. Me personally, I've never had a one night stand. That's just not my thing, you know. Nothing against people who go with the vibe. It works for some people, it doesn't work for others. But I just feel like usually it doesn't work like that. Long-term relationships don't necessarily build off of that because you don't have a lot to build off of other than the sexual connection. Now, if something later on builds from the sexual connection, you know, anything is possible, but that's usually not the rule that, you know, you have a one night stand and it's going to turn into a marriage, especially an 18-year-long marriage. I think they were an exception to the rule.
I got two questions for you, Ty, and people can chime in after Ty as well. What is considered dating? Is dating going out on dates? Is dating communicating? What's considered dating? And then also, what's considered a one night stand?
Okay, I'll answer the first one first. Dating to me is going out on dates. You have to court me. So asking me out, we go to a restaurant, we go to a place, we go to the beach, but you're literally coming, you're setting up a time where we're going to spend together. and we're going out and getting to know each other. A one night stand is you met somebody that day and y'all had sex that night or that afternoon, all in the same day. That's what a one night stand is to me.